Hey guys, so today we're going to be changing out the air filter on our F450. This is a 2024 F450, and I just wanted to make a quick video in case there's some DIYers who want to change out their own air filter. So we're going to get started here. So the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need either a flathead screwdriver or a 7mm socket wrench. This is to loosen this up right here. So we're going to do that first. I'm just going to use a flathead for this, but you can use the socket wrench if you want to. We don't need to we don't need to loosen it all the way. We're just going to loosen it a little bit so that way we're able to move it around. And then there's 3 clips that we're going to have to take out. There's one clip right here, a second clip here, and then there's this hidden clip right here that you may not see that is back here. You want to make sure you take this clip out. I would advise you to maybe take this clip out first, only because it is easy to forget about, and if you accidentally forget about it, it is easy to break. So we're going to just take these. What I like to do is I like to just press down a little bit on this. Makes popping the clips off easy. You don't put any strain on the clips, and it also makes sure that you don't break any of them. And all we're going to do is we're going to wiggle this out. Just be careful. You don't need to be rough with it or anything. We're just going to wiggle it out a little bit. All right, so you just need to move this enough to where you can get it out, to where you get this filter out here. We're going to pull it out. Woo-wee. We got some bees, some dragonflies. As you can see, this filter is pretty dirty. So we're going to go ahead and replace this. I'm going to replace it actually with a K&N filter. I love K&N filters. These are also reusable filters if you want to reuse them, but they just seem to have a little more airflow than the stock filters that come in on the Ford. A couple weeks ago, I actually had my truck in for service just to do a regular oil change, and I think I got a wheel alignment and got new tires on the front. And I actually asked them if the air filter was okay, and they said, yeah, you know, the guy said it was okay, and obviously we can see how dirty it is, and then we can see how dirty it is in here. So before we go and install a new air filter, a lot of people overlook this step. Even on regular cars, it doesn't have to be something like an F450, even on regular, you know, your day-to-day driver, whatever it may be. Anytime you're replacing an air filter, it's always a good idea to go ahead and vacuum in there, because there's a bunch of crud in there, and instead of getting our new air filter full of all this junk and garbage, we're just going to go ahead and vacuum it out. All right, now we got that all vacuumed out, we'll go ahead and put in our new air filter. It's pretty straightforward on how to put it in, so we'll just go ahead and slide that in. All right, now one thing is when you're going to put this back in, when you're going to put the cover back on, you can see there's these little tabs here at the bottom. And then if you look down here, there's also slots where those little tabs go. We want to make sure that we get all 4 of those into the slots before we go ahead and close it back up. All right, now we're just going to go. I always start with this middle clip. We're just going to go and lock in, make sure you get this last clip over here. Once again, I just pull a little bit so that way we're not putting any unnecessary forces on our clip. We'll go ahead and tighten this back up. A couple, maybe like half a turn past when it gets snug, and you're good. And we just changed our air filter on our 2024 F450.